The Texans and the Ravens, and it's all up next on EA.
Begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top level.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Oh, some strong running. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week. So keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now Jackson. That's taken in by his big tight end. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Well, keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37th. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man from the University of Michigan.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for Mixon last week: 11 carries, 56 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
This now a 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. The Texans had 10-5 to start play, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to throw now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they went back to it, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? So that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulled out all the stops to get a better seed, or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half. It's really giving him fits. Here's Jackson. Gets this to the former Texan, DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. the shotgun. They run with Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And that is no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Flowers going to go in motion right. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Jackson from the shotgun.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sidelines will talk to a single cover and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Houston set to take over.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8.
Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. He'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now it's Jackson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Play action. It's Jackson.
He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson
Finds his man. It's Kohler.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. First carry now for Justice Hill. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
2nd and 5.
Jackson now.
Got his target. That's Kohler.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Going right back to Kohler.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Charlie Kohler.
His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now out comes Houston. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. They'll look to throw here.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And with that last completion, number 491 on the year, even though this is not a category most people follow on a year-to-year basis, that's going to break Tom Brady's mark of 490 set back in 2022. So he adds the cherry on top to what has been a tremendous campaign.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they could potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the 2nd quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he is the NFL leader in passing yards here in the penultimate week of the season as he looks to finish strong in order to capture the crown. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it second down. Another one caught by Collins. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Odafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Mixing up the middle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would have.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
from 19 yards away.
And the Texans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year. Fairbairn now to add the extra point.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now an option play on second down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Running from the gun with Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare effort. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They go play action with Jackson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a first and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. He'll drop to throw.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 down at the 31. They'll look to throw again.
This one left side caught by Collins.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Back to throw again.
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun to give to Mixon. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Oh, he's got him in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And they take over in a precarious spot here, albeit after forcing the fumble at the goal line. This is
Previous
safety
play is under
territory
review.
as they start from their own 1. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mixon will take this one in for Texans touchdown.
Sometimes, offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
This one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And it goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. A first down carry for Henry. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. The tight end in motion right. Jackson.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Jackson from the shotgun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Texans are going to get the football team. Well, and field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive.
They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw here.
Got his man, Dell.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
In motion left goes a tight end. Now it's Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
That went into the hands of Flowers.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Jackson, option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he fends him off. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown the last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Jackson. He's got Henry.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Connecting with Andrews.
And he's got some space here.
Well, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Now it's Mixon running right. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. This to swell the lead to 6. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And able to get this. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Houston,
they get an important win here to move to 11-5 on the year.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.